This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Chelsea. Chelsea is a champion surfer, so she's accustomed to moving super fast, which is why she relies on super fast broadband brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her family sharing and surfing and saving each month. Combined, she bundles her Flow mobile, home phone, and TV services, so she can enjoy much more for much less, and so can you. Visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
It's Friday, September the 9th, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today afternoon update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, police have made a breakthrough in last week's shooting death of a man outside the Lucky Horseshoe restaurant in Warrens in St. Michael. Crime Chief Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Libran Sobers tells Barbados Today 3 men between ages 20 and 30 are being questioned in connection with the gunning down of 46-year-old Ricardo Bryan of Retreat Terrace, Blackrock in St. Michael. ACP Sobers said they may also be on the hunt for a 4th suspect in relation to the incident which occurred last week Thursday at around 7:50 p.m. when a number of men attacked Bryan. Meanwhile, police are also carrying out investigations into the sudden death of a 62-year-old man from Harrington in St. Philip. Police say Martin Weeks collapsed and died at around 2:30 p.m. yesterday while he was clearing a field at Robinson Land in the same parish. Minister of Water Resource Management Dr. David Estwick tells his critics to stop playing politics with the current water woes facing some sections of the island. Earlier this week, residents of St. Joseph staged a protest outside the offices of the Barbados Water Authority in the Pine, saying they have had to put up with dry taps for up to a year. Following the protest, there were also calls for the minister to step down. But Estwick told the media this morning that while he respects the rights of the residents to protest, others should stop politicizing the issue.
The issue is to understand the facts and not play politics with water. Water is not a political issue. Water is a life and death issue. And my challenge is to fix a old infrastructure that should have been fixed. And in due time, I will be going to St. Joseph. I can launch 2 new mains that should have been fixed. That is a new main from Golden Ridge to Castle Grant under the ITB program. And the second one from Sweetville to Castle Grant. That should have been fixed and done before, right? But I am not going to get into that because if a man does not have water, he has a right to protest. But you do not use the protestation politically, because if you got 31 inches of rain last year, which is the lowest rainfall in 76 years, really the Barbados Water Authority is going to get water from.
Too many brakes are being applied to the areas that are required to place Barbados' economy on a sustainable growth path. Executive Director of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Barbados, Reginald Farley, shared this view last night as he took part in the Central Bank's Economic Discussion Forum on what is needed to get the economy firing on all cylinders. The accountant said instead of increasing taxes, government and the private sector should place greater emphasis on applying more pressure to the gas pedal in relation to improving efficiencies.
Yes, tourism and the areas that earn foreign exchange is the engine that will drive us forward. We, however, have to ensure that whilst we're driving forward, we don't have our foot on the brakes. And so we have to look at the frictional elements that are holding us back. And certainly our macroeconomic fundamentals, we need to continue to work on those, the high deficit, the high levels of debt. Our perspective as persons up there, as accountants, in the engine room of individual businesses, in terms of what works for us, we would prefer that in balancing the budget, that we reduce expenditure so that we do not keep on increasing taxes, because taxes end up being a cost of business, they're passed on to consumers, and sometimes depending on how they're applied, they could be distortionary with respect to our very exports. But we would rather not have continued increase in taxes, so that's why we speak about those matters. The other important matter for us is a frictional element, which we have to address in the public and private sector, It's the matter of the ease of doing business.
And Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Delisle Worrell, agreed that too many brakes were being applied. However, he cautioned that the first order of business should be to ensure the protection of the foreign exchange reserves while reducing expenditure.
I think that there is a consensus in this society that we don't want any more taxes. If we don't want any more taxes, then we must face the issue of a realistic strategy for reducing expenditure. And I think that that brings the conversation to a place that Barbadians do not wish to address, and we must address it. And that is the question of means testing. In my economic letter this month, I spoke about the experience of Australia. Australia is a country which is much richer than Barbados. But Australians do not have free tertiary education.
In sports now, the world of lawn tennis will have a new number one when the rankings are released on Monday. That's because the 22-time Grand Slam major champion and world number one Serena Williams was dethroned last night after experiencing a shocking loss to the Czech Republic's big-hitting Karolina Pliskova 6-2, 7-6, 7-5 at the semifinals of the U.S. Open in New York. It means that Germany's Angelique Kerber, who beat former number one Caroline Wozniacki to go through to the final, will become the top-ranking player in the world.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Let's take a look at the region now. A total of 9,425 Jamaicans have been deported from around the world since 2012, including 4,153 from the United States of America, 1,345 from the United Kingdom, and 931 from Canada. According to deportation statistics from the National Security Ministry, between January and June of this year, 342 Jamaicans were sent back from the U.S., while 149 were deported from the UK. Another 42 Jamaicans were expelled by Britain on Wednesday this week under controversial circumstances. Now, between 2012 and June 2016, a total of 2,954 Jamaicans were sent packing from other countries, among them the Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, Curacao, Mexico, Germany, Cayman, Colombia, Grenada, Panama, St. Lucia, Switzerland, St. Martin, Aruba, and Antigua. On the international scene, world leaders have reacted with anger after North Korea carried out its fifth and reportedly biggest nuclear test. The South accused the North leader Kim Jong-un of maniacal recklessness. The UN Security Council was meeting behind closed doors to discuss the issue. We have a report from the CNN.
This is has to be seen in one of a series. This is the fifth test, and each time they're getting better and better at what they do. I think right now we're going to have to wait to get the final, some more specific calculations, because the previous test was estimated between 5 and 12. This one they're saying is at 10. These could be revised upward or downward, but the key is that these are very consistent all the way through, and it indicates a technical capability which is relatively sophisticated as they're moving forward, as is expected. Again, this is their fifth test, and each time they do it, they learn more.
And finally, Dustin Markowitz, a co-founder of Facebook, is donating $20 million of his fortune to Democratic coffers in a late and likely consequential move to help defeat Republican candidate Donald Trump in the 2016 presidential election. The funds are a surprising infusion of cash from an individual who has never before been active in politics. And that's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, our screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.